Coloradans are facing the reality of what could happen here as there are new worries about how the coronavirus is spreading. More than 81,000 people around the world have been diagnosed with it. Today, Japan said it will close its schools for a month. In California, there is now a case outside of San Francisco in which experts are not sure where the person got it. They did not travel to an area with infection or is known to have been in contact with anyone who did. Colorado is now testing 4 more people. 12 have tested negative so far. The closest case known is in Arizona, but the CDC believes there will be risk of infection everywhere. Let's talk about it. This morning, I'm joined by Dr. Michelle Barron, Director of Infection Prevention at UCHealth. Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
We've talked about a lot of different issues over the years, and this one is a big one. Let's first talk about this case in California. It's called community spread. That has to be particularly worrisome.
It's certainly something that we think will occur at some point, but certainly we didn't expect that it would happen this soon. And so I think there's still a lot of facts that we're trying to make sure that we understand before we draw any conclusions.
So it's possible that the person may have come into contact somehow with somebody who had been exposed somewhere else. They just don't know yet, right?
Correct. That's, I think, the part that's probably taxing everybody's minds at this moment in terms of it's not associated with travel, we know that, but what was the missing link in terms of where this came from?
These viruses tend to ease off in the summer months. Do you think we'll get there in Colorado?
We sure hope so. I think I think the world hopes so, that we don't have to worry about this. There's so many things going on in the summer that if we had to cancel a lot of those events, I think people would be very disappointed.
And the reason for that is that typically we spend more time indoors, more time in closer contact with each other in the winter months. That is what you believe is the primary reason why we see it more in the winter among flu viruses?
Certainly that's where we tend to see most of the spread, and it probably does have to do with that. Certainly, in addition to just staying indoors, there's obviously differences in humidity and temperature, and we're probably a little bit more susceptible just because of the dryness, and when it's colder, you obviously are in heat and other things that dry out your mucous membranes.
The mortality rate with the flu is about, 0.1%, I believe, and the mortality rate here is about 2%.
Correct.
That is the big worry. Is there any way we can lessen the severity of something like this?
Not at this point. I think there's unfortunately no way to treat this other than with supportive care. I think one thing just to point out, even though it's only 0.1% with flu, you still have to look at the numbers in terms of just the sheer number of people that get flu versus those that have actually gotten coronavirus. And again, not in any way to diminish the people that have gotten it, but at this point we're still in the 85,000 range, while how many millions of cases we've already seen of flu this year. So if you do the math, flu is still pretty intense, so it's not to be diminished just by percentages.
And it looks like the coronavirus is not as great of a risk to children as the flu is. Is that correct here?
So far, that's certainly what it appears to be occurring. Under the age of 9, there's just a very small proportion of individuals that have been affected. Now, we hope that remains true, obviously, because we don't want our kids to get sick, but I think, again, once it has more community-wide spread or other countries are involved, we'll see if that holds true.
Okay, Dr. Michelle Barron, thank you very much.
My
We appreciate
pleasure.
the good information. I'm going to keep talking with you and keep learning more every day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.